Hi Cancer, the Star card is your major arcana for October, and what a beautiful card that is. Before we look at your month ahead, and we're actually going to take this past Halloween into November, I want to just go back quickly. We're going to look at these cards together, but what I can see here now is from late September and the first week of October, there had been a feeling of uneasiness growing within you. And you were thinking about the contacts in your life and the people in your life, the dead weight basically, and the type of people, Three of Coins, who add value to your life. Your close friends, your network, your sort of tribe basically. You've had to stand up for yourself, Cancer, and basically a lesson has come around in your life with the Hierophant here, or the High Priest represented, to do the right thing. That might mean standing up for yourself. If you're dealing with a Taurus or another earth sign in this moment, Cancer, from the first week of October, you have had more dealings with an earth sign potentially, or maybe they've encouraged you to stand up for yourself and do the right thing, do right by yourself. There has been a feeling that what you've been putting your efforts and work into isn't really paying off the way you would like it to. Here's the Seven of Coins, and we see this figure in the card. Might have been something like you, Cancer, like disheartened, unsure and insecure. There is another figure that's coming through in the month of October that has a similar body position here in the Four of Cups. Okay, so let me get to October then. For the next 2.5 to 3 weeks in October, there is an inclination here that in order to get to the healing energies of the star, where optimism is restored in your life again and you have more faith in humanity, there does seem to be a little bit of dead weight that needs to kind of drop off and essentially be killed. And you are, I feel like this month in October, left with a kind of bad taste in your mouth, Cancer. You're kind of even disgusted with other people, disgusted by their behavior. And some things have had to come to an end this month, and it's been time for these things to end. After you maybe have stood up for yourself, done the right thing, whatever it may be. Now, this might be coming to a shock to some people that you stepped up and said this, or maybe Cancer, you've been finding it very hard to adjust. The High Priest can be very stubborn energy. It's Taurus energy. So it can be very fixed in their opinions and even in their point of view, or where they're standing in a position, and that's not wavering. So here we have the High Priest telling me that once you stand up for yourself and do the right thing, then the healing energy of the star can come through. Now, this might look like some boundaries being dissolved at this time in a more unexpected way. You might be acting in a more unpredictable manner than you usually are, Cancer. However, some external forces may have changed your circumstances, and the High Priest can find it often difficult to adjust to new surroundings or changes. They're a conforming energy in this deck. They're not somebody who really likes to just chop and change, or radical change, unpredictable change. It's something that's uncomfortable for the High Priest. I get the sense that all of these changes in your life have made you feel very uneasy recently, Cancer. But in order to embrace the beautiful energy of the star, and we're going to clear these cards up with more tarot, and I'll show you them so you can look at all the cards coming through and this spread all together. You are going to need to drop some dead weight. There does seem to be a period of stagnation emotionally in the month of October that you're trying to push through, but there's something about you not knowing the outcome that's like helping you to stay stuck in this feeling of, I don't know, apathy, or like just not feeling happy with what you've got going on right now. Dead weight needs to fall off, we know that. Ten of Swords, something needs to be brought to an end, something pretty stressful and triggering, and it's the end of it now for you. And this month you're going to reach a turning point on that, maybe around the full moon in Aries around the 20th of October, representing a turning point, culmination, or ending phase. As we look, let's put this towards Halloween and the first week of November, I should say. Yeah, it's no surprise to me to see the Four of Swords telling me that you'll need a little bit of mental respite and a break from all of this, the dealings that you'll have had to have made during the month of October. You might be thinking around now would be a really nice time to get a break or take some time off, gather your thoughts again, recalibrate, decompress. You're feeling pretty closed off. There is a cage around this Queen of Coins. I see earthy energy coming through in this reading. It might be who you're dealing with that's making you feel a certain type of way or else encouraging you. But the Ace of Cups has reversed here. Something went wrong, and a friendship or a relationship or a close person that's close to you, you're not really on the same page anymore. It could have been somebody that you need to cut ties with, but overall this has kind of made you continuing to leave a bad taste in your mouth, but ultimately it's kind of like leaving you feeling closed off emotionally, caged off, kind of separate, like a kind of a deference between you and the people that you've been dealing with, or that you're kind of coming to see like, I don't know, I feel like you're not satisfied with people. And the Ace of Cups is like, this did not turn out, this relationship just didn't turn out the way I'd expected it to, or they showed me a certain part of themselves that that I don't like to see. Let's look at these cards together and pull up more to clarify deeper messages for you. The color scheme in this reading, Cancer, is very blue to me, so that might mean it's a case of having the blues. Blue is also a healing energy, like the star. Think of water. But the blues are in our feelings, processing, being reflective and contemplative is the color of blue. Let's have a look and just clear up this first week of August. Something made you feel very uneasy about the people that you're around and having to do the right thing. You might have to have stuck up for a friend. You might have to have had some sort of feeling of being right and needing to prove that you're right. And let's clear up the Three of Coins, the Seven of Coins, and the High Priest for Cancer. This is the first week of August, late September even. But remember, time and energy are fluid concepts, as are these readings. So whenever this resonates, take it as it does and leave the rest. The Tower, more blue energy, but it is in reverse. Oh wow, and the Six of Cups. Lots of the color blue, interesting. Even this labradorite is looking like, oh, I wish you could see this now. Can I try and make it where you can see the flecks of blue in this, and they're like flecks of blue and gold. That's the stone I chose for this reading. Interesting. Okay, so something has happened recently with a person that you love, a person from your past. It could be a friend, a sibling, a loved one, anybody that you've been very close with and share a history with is the importance here. So this is not somebody that's been new in your life. You have a history with this person. The Tower means that something has dramatically changed, and the High Priest doesn't like dramatic change whatsoever. So this could be why you're feeling so unsettled, so uneasy recently, Cancer. Rapid change, uncomfortable change, unsettling. Now, you're not totally shocked. The Tower didn't totally catch you off guard. Yes, it was chaotic and disruptive, but you could see this coming. Like, you made choices to align yourself with this surprise. So in a way, you may have even been subconsciously manifesting this change in your life. Yeah, sure, maybe it came a bit more dramatically than you would have liked, but it doesn't matter. You still, and on some level, wanted this change to happen. That might not necessarily feel like that at this time, but it involves dealing with somebody that you care about, that you love. It could be this like childhood imagery here, children, something to do with children if you have them, or children in your life. But yeah, unexpected change in development. You kind of saw it coming, but it doesn't mean that it hasn't made you more uneasy. I think it's something to do with a very close friend, sibling, or someone you're in a romantic relationship with, or someone you have a history with that you could walk down memory lane with, years worth of photos with this person, feelings of nostalgia, and the past with this person is coming up. So I don't know, you seem to have been the person though orchestrating this change, and like rather it's consciously or subconsciously you've been making moves in the past that have actually facilitated this bigger change in circumstances to happen. Okay, the band-aid has been pulled off. We see that something has shifted. It has been change, unexpected change. It's been dramatic change and it's unsettling. Okay, we get that. Let's see how we heal through this. You'll need a break. You'll need respite to process all of this when it's all said and done. But for now, let's clear up. You are welcoming the star energy as the month of October, our major arcana card. And in fact, you're kind of you're going to feel, in a sense, more optimistic once you kill off this dead weight. The devil card fell out there. Once you free yourself of the restrictions that are currently binding you mentally, emotionally, or even physically, there's something that's holding you back that you're surrendering your full sovereignty and autonomy to, and you're giving away your power. That's what the devil energy is, to a tie that binds you, to something that controls you. Whether that's an addiction, whether that's workaholism, whether that's binge eating, shopaholic, consumerism, materialism, like some sort of an addiction to a substance or a sex addiction. That could be a tie that binds you. Let's have a look. The Star card does promise that there will be healing this month after some endings take place. Naturally, you may feel depleted after this and in need of a rest and possibly closed off. But trust that the Star card is saying this is in what's in highest and best for you. The Star card, the 10 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. Let's clear that energy up for you now. Temperance, beautiful energy. Knight of Cups, gorgeous. Okay, so you do have the potential this month to really make some amends, not necessarily with the people you plan on cutting out, of course, but with other important people in your life. There could have been people, Cancer, that said, High Priestess can be very self-righteous, I told you so. And you're like, well, that doesn't really help me now, so keep that to yourself. It's not helpful or constructive, and potentially it's unsolicited advice. But the Temperance card is saying there is a possibility for healing to begin with the Star energy, and for flow and harmony to exist in your relationships again, for you to get onto a higher plane of consciousness, for you to ascend is Temperance. And like, think of it, lighter being a dimension where light beings and angels are able to reside. If you could get to a higher frequency, now of course we're not going to be able to, in our physical dense human bodies, be able to get to the 6th or 7th dimension, but we can align ourselves to something higher than this 3D physical reality that we're confined in, and in these earthly vessels. Mentally we can ascend, spiritually we can ascend. Okay, and the Knight of Cups is saying that you have the potential to open your heart again. It doesn't feel like this right now, Cancer. You feel like you can't be truthful with people. You feel like you can't express your heart's desires fully. You might have more responsibility for others at the moment, but the Knight of Cups is saying that you are on a journey this month, and it is something that's heartfelt. It's something that is purposeful. It's you following your heart, and it's an alignment to you emotionally. And your relationships look like they're really going to improve again. In Temperance, we see this angelic figure pouring water between, or a liquid between, two vessels, talking about the flow, talking about harmony, and this is the same cup potentially that we have then being offered. So once you've gotten yourself back to how you want to be, like how you want to see the world, that you're feeling in alignment, that you're feeling good about your choices, then it looks like you can actually move forward with the same cup and share your experience with other people. Talk to other people about what you've been through. Help other people, Cancer. This is all possible for you this month, but overall, I don't know if you'll be in the blues for too long. See here, you're dwelling over mistakes, you're dwelling over things that you're not content with in life, things that haven't materialized to their full potential in your eyes. The 7 of Coins is about, will all this effort and work and time eventually manifest to this reward and turn fruit? Will my investments pay off? Will the fruits of my labor bear and show me? Same feeling and energy with the body position here, right? This, you're like, well, this all didn't turn out, this relationship didn't turn out, this job opportunity didn't turn out, the conversation I had with that person didn't give me the results. There is still another cup here that you've been turning a blind eye to, and not even blind eye to, you haven't been able to receive it or even see it yet, because you're much more focused on this and dwelling on this, and you're in a period of stagnation in the month of October where you're not seeing what you thought you were going to see, or you're not given what you were promised you were given. And it's making you feel this bad taste in your mouth. but there is a way for you to ascend past this. It looks like it involves cutting out the dead weight and bringing something that you've been stressing about, worrying about, or even like really having a hard time getting past. It looks like it's at culmination point, and this might happen around the 20th of October, where you're able to push past something, draw a line under it now, and say, that was an unpleasant scenario, I'm glad it's over. Then Temperance asks you, okay, so from that position of knowledge and experience, how are you able to ascend, and how are you able to move forward again, taking this cup that you couldn't see at the time, but after 20th of October, you're like, okay, there is more for me to do. I can proceed with something, and it means a lot to me, and I feel really good about it. Okay, so that's good. You finally have realized that you still have options this month, and you're gonna take the option and run with it. Maybe not run with it, but move at the pace that feels good for you. You feel your way through this, Cancer. You are the sign of feeling, okay? So you're ruled by the moon, which is our innate mood, emotional makeup in astrology. Cancer's soul lesson, well, one of them is to really learn how to feel your feelings and process your emotions. And you do this for the collective, Cancer. Thank you. You feel the feelings, so collectively we can understand our feelings. Thanks, Cancer. Okay, so now we're going to look at the cards that are coming through in the future. Sorry about that noisy plane flying overhead. I hope it's not too distracting. I'm going to clear up the Four of Swords, the Queen of Coins, and that reversed Eight of Cups now. Seven of Swords and the Five of Coins rather. This new beginning that can be possible for you at the end of the month after Halloween going into November, it does involve you having to perhaps feel like you may be hurting people's feelings here or something like that, but there's something you've been holding back. There's something you've been hiding, and it's the Queen of Coins is closed off and caged away in this deck, and this Seven of Swords is like, I don't know, they're trying to conceal something here and get away with these swords. They're like, I'll just leave a couple of swords here as to not distract from these swords that I'm taking, okay? So it's almost like you know that you're kind of about to do something that's going to leave other people feeling pretty much out in the cold, that's going to feel people feeling like that they can't get access to you, Cancer. So it could be boundaries that you're creating around you and other people, but overall yeah, I really get the sense that at the end of the month, Cancer, you're not happy with how a relationship turned out. You or the other person might have been sneaky in this relationship. Maybe take account for and ownership for how you may not have be transparent about what you truly want or what you're truly doing or how you truly feel about something. It's not going to be healthy if you're not being honest, and that's what I kind of see here. I also get the sense that there could be a lot of worry for the end of the month around people that you're kind of in a relationship with. You do want a fresh start, a new beginning to happen. And how is that going to happen? Well, you need to speak up, I suppose, Cancer, and tell people how you really feel. This is not okay that you have to conceal your true feelings, and your feelings might actually be very worried and like deeply concerned about what's happening, deeply concerned. Five of Coins is kind of like when we act in desperation because we're worried about what we have. We're especially worried about what we don't have. I see the sign Taurus coming through here very strongly in this reading for you, Cancer, at this time. And typically there is an opportunity that can come via a Taurus for you at this time, kind of unexpectedly, if that applies to any of you. Okay. So Cancer, that is going to be your October and November reading. I'm going to have a love reading coming out for you right after this. Directly after this reading is a love reading for Cancer, looking at love and relationships. If you're interested in your personal astrology for the rest of the month of October, I do have a sign by sign reading for each sign of the zodiac, detailing the transits and how they directly will affect you this season. So have a look at the video on my YouTube titled October Astrology Libra Season All Signs, and you will find your personalized astrology there. Thanks for watching, Cancer. See you soon.